everyone, my name is Analyticalplum and welcome back to my channel. We are going to be diving into the next episode of Bridgerton. I'm not gonna lie, I have completely lost track of what episode we're on specifically. I don't know, it will be in the title. And if you need a little reminder, in the last episode we left off on a massive, like, triple whammy reveal. So we had Kate and Anthony are having a baby. Hooray. You've got Penelope passing out on the floor. Not yay. And then we've got Cressida claiming to be Lady Whistledown. I'm not sure what's going to come out of that. But before we begin, I would love if you would consider subscribing. I do post twice a week, but don't hold me to that. And if you love my reaction videos or if you love Bridgerton, I would love if you would leave a like. It does help me out a ton. And without further ado, let's jump into this next episode.
It has not been delivered.
Perhaps the Queen has finally discovered her.
I had hoped she'd report my betrothal.
As I said in the last video, fully people are using Lady Whistledown as a new Twitter or on Facebook, really. They're using her to post about their big news. I mean, that's kind of what Facebook turned into before I left a while ago.
Cressida Cowper, that blonde backbiter.
Is that the best words they could have come up with to insult Cressida? I have about 10 words lined up for you. I could do you one better.
She is cruel.
I would cast her out if I were her mamma.
I think she is a genius. I cannot wait for her next issue.
So what I'm seeing here is a bit of mixed reviews, mixed opinions. Although I won't take the word of the man that just popped up. He's a douche. We see how he treats women based on how he treated Penelope.
I will not insult the devil by drawing parallels between him and Cressida Cowper.
No way!
A fraud, a succubus of the first water, and the other is not known to this author.
She's not holding back, is she? She's going full throttle in. Oh my god. I actually wanted to question that because obviously Cressida isn't Lady Whistledown, so if they ask her to write about something, it won't be in the next Lady Whistledown paper because she's not the one writing it. So how would that come about? I don't think she thought too much into it. I mean, we saw it was a spur of the moment decision.
I've been worried.
I'm well enough. Perhaps you should not be here in case it is catching.
There is nowhere else I would rather be.
Right, I'm not the quickest at picking up on things. I mean, when I did my reaction video to the trailer, I commented about how Colin didn't really have much of an interest in Penelope and that he only really saw her as a good friend before. That was my opinion. And everyone really disliked that. So we know that I'm slow. But can someone explain to me what the hell that was? I thought she was going to do the whole crossing the finger thing when you're trying to lie and you don't want to get punished for it.
I know there is something you wish to tell me, but I am happy to be patient.
I cannot speak about it now. I certainly did not swim because of anything you did.
No, I love her.
Because of Cressida Cowper and her insane claims to be Whistledown.
Insane they are.
And then to unmask herself at our engagement party.
It's just like Cressida to take that which is not hers.
I always imagined Lady Whistledown might be more clever, perhaps.
I mean, I would take that as a compliment. But everything he's already said to Lady Whistledown, I think that's the best we're ever going to get out of him.
I shall let you rest. But before I go, I have something for you.
Oh, it's so pretty.
And yet still only half as beautiful as you.
That's how you know that this is fake and that someone else has written this, because no way are all the men this smooth and have this many compliments for women. No way.
Where's all this ink? Have you been writing?
Oh, yes, letters.
I'm actually secretly a squid, and that's what I wanted to tell you before, but you kept interrupting me and I'm actually frankly quite embarrassed by it.
I shall leave you to it. Good day, Miss Featherington, for now.
Oh, I'm getting excited.
I promised Lord Greer a debutante bride, not a gossip writer. He has rescinded his offer of marriage.
Oh my god, yay! Let's celebrate that. I do have to say, I am starting to become quite sympathetic to Cressida. I mean, as we always know, the most outspoken have the most going on at home. Well, usually. So I always felt that there was more to Cressida, and we've seen some of the toxic behaviours from her mum. So I do feel quite bad for Cressida, and I understand some of her actions. That being said, I still don't like her.
If you think you can keep working and tarnishing my good name, you are sorely mistaken. I am sending you to live with your Aunt Jo.
Is that bad? I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
Papa, you cannot do that. Aunt Joanna lives in Wales.
Precisely.
Oh, that's why it's bad.
You can write gossip about the sheep.
No, don't. Dear diary, Sean the sheep and Shannon the sheep decided to go on a romp today. I don't know where they've gone, but it must be scandalous.
You do not believe me?
Lady Whistledown is an astute writer. You have many gifts, but cleverness is not amongst them.
Is everyone just gonna call us stupid these past couple of episodes and in this episode? I mean, come on. I actually think she's pretty clever, the way she makes sure she can say certain things at certain times. She makes sure certain people are there when she says these certain things. I think that takes a lot of bravery and cunning to do the things that she has done.
Miss Cressida Cowper, you are summoned to the palace at the behest of Her Majesty the Queen.
Oh no. I mean, you brought this on.
We are selling the club.
Ah, that is good news. Her Majesty's ire is directed elsewhere, but it can turn at any moment.
No, I truly feel so horrible for Mr. Mondrich. I have seen online as well that not many people have been enjoying the Mondrich's storyline, and I mean that's fair enough, but I'm grateful that they're here, and I think it's a different perspective on the families we've already seen, because you know the Featheringtons and the Bridgertons, they grew up with this wealth and this family dynamic, whereas Mondrich's never had that, and it's a completely different dynamic. It's a good reminder, especially to the Featheringtons, that anything can happen at any time. I don't know, I've really been enjoying their story. I feel like it raises some stakes and adds a bit of tension.
You must draw attention to yourselves, and in the best way possible, by throwing a ball.
That's not a nightmare.
But if you want to win the game, you must lead it. Otherwise, you will always be on the defensive.
She knows what she's saying. If you've seen Queen Charlotte, that's what she had to do. When they first got their title, she took the initiative and she threw a ball, and it turned out pretty well.
Lord Anderson?
Lady Bridgerton, forgive my intrusion. I simply forgot my hat.
He fully planted that so he could come back.
Suppose I could have sent a footman to fetch this, could I not? But then I would not have been able to see you again.
What another coincidence. Just seems to be full of coincidences.
I take it you sensed a chilly departure between my sister and me. Childhood grievances have a way of lingering. My sister was the firstborn.
But you were the first boy.
Yeah, I don't think that would have gone over well with Lady Danbury. She's a very headstrong, like, get it done lady. And we've seen the kind of things she had to go through and put up with. Not everything she's been through, but she went through quite a lot, and I would understand that resentment. I always like hearing these renditions because it's like a big surprise, but also it's so good.
There is no time like the present.
Your family is clearly occupied.
Is this another proposal? Oh my god, my throat. Obviously I was so in shock. Is this another proposal? I'm hoping so.
You must interrupt.
I do not believe they will hear me.
I have been taken ill of the plague, and you are all doomed by association.
3 banana macarons for the 1 chocolate.
I have an idea. Do a cartwheel, but fall flat on your bum. Make a big racket, run around like Naruto, and then, only then, when you screech out a bird mating call, they will turn and look at you.
John has a small announcement to make on our behalf.
Very small, indeed.
Small? That's not what I want.
We are to marry.
Yes! Again, not small. Also, can I just say, where is Lord Debling? Because since I said I want John and Francesca to marry, Penelope and Colin to marry, and then in turn Cressida and Lord Debling to marry, he's all but disappeared. And I feel like now is a good time for him to sweep up Cressida, because then she'll be away from all of the gossip and drama, and she'll also be married and she'll also have the freedom to do what she wished. I feel like that's just the best solution. And she was even after Lord Debling, so I don't know why Lord Debling didn't go to Cressida after the whole mishap with Penelope. I don't know, did the showrunners just forget he existed? He's done his purpose and now he's gone. Maybe he's with the sheep.
Did you know she was Lady Whistledown?
You spoke with Penelope this morning?
Yes. She is devastated about Miss Cowper coming forward.
Please don't tell me that this is how he finds out, because of miscommunication. No, that's the one thing I hate, miscommunication. I hate it in books, hate it in series. Please don't tell me this is what's going to happen. They have to go through with the wedding. I will not be at peace until there's the wedding.
Tell me you did not know.
Not technically.
Not about Cressida.
There is a part of me that should like to march the house with a pitchfork. In truth, everything that has happened of late has softened me, I suppose.
I feel like my heart's just going up and down and up and down. I don't know, I'm getting so scared about when he finds out about Penelope. I don't know how he's going to react, and that just makes me so nervous.
You mean everything with Penelope?
It is truly bewildering how quickly one person can become all that matters. My only concern now is with her well-being.
I mean, you never know. Eloise might get that soon. I really am interested in how Eloise is going to get out of this funk she's gotten herself into. And obviously she's going to have her own season at some point, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that, because, I mean, how she is, and how is it going to go from how she is now to how, you know, the other seasons of Bridgerton have gone. I mean, it would be different, so it would be very interesting. But I don't know, maybe she's secretly a sucker for love.
I was going to tell him,
but you did not. And when the time came, neither did I.
Thank God. Well, I mean, she tried to, so I don't want to say that she couldn't manage to get herself to do it, because she tried to, but there was just more pressing things, like, I don't know, maybe her old friend kind of having a panic attack and fainting. So, I'm not the biggest Eloise lover right now.
Because I see now that the truth would destroy Colin.
Yeah, that's true.
I do still plan to tell him.
No. For whatever reason, my brother truly believes he loves you. And if he knew it was you all along, writing about me, our family, Marina, if he knew how long I too have kept this secret from him.
See, this is why I'm a bit with Eloise, because it sounds like she's concerned for the well-being of Colin and, in a way, a little bit for Penelope. But I feel like what she keeps coming back to is being scared of Colin's reaction to her knowing. So I think her intentions can be good, but they are a bit selfish.
You don't mean...
Oh, as harebrained as her display last night was, Cressida has done you a favour. She'll never be able to write a convincing issue. Let the column die with her name and no one will ever be the wiser.
Eloise?
Right, suggestion. There's another lady that comes out and starts her own column, and then people are going to gossip because it's like, ooh, there's a new gossiper and a new gossip article, and it will be different. But that's what will draw their people to that. And then when Eloise asks Penelope, oh, who's this? Is that you? She'll be like, no, that weren't me. And she just won't tell Eloise anything.
I have worked too hard for too long. Of all people, I refuse to let Cressida Cowper take credit. It would break my heart.
And what of Colin's heart? But it's just gossip. Let it go.
It's not just gossip, though. It's a business, like Mr. Mondrich. It's her way of earning her money and making sure she's got a stable income for herself, because Lord knows she won't when she gets married. Publish it. Do it.
Her Majesty will see you now.
I think she's gonna know that Cressida isn't Lady Whistledown. I think this is just a formality thing.
This is the young lady claiming to be Lady Whistledown.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And why have you come forward now?
I don't want to sleep with an old man who wants to pump 5 babies out of me and probably smells like old feet.
I claim it so no one else can take what is rightfully mine.
I will give you your reward as soon as you give me your latest issue, the one that should have been published this morning.
She knows Queen Charlotte is not an idiot. You can't play her. Many have tried and many have failed.
Her greatest strength is that she is an observer. What have you observed in your life other than yourself?
I guess you could say she observed other people's words, but with her ears? I don't know, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt.
I observe.
Careful with what you say.
I observed Miss Francesca and Lord Kilmartin together all night at Bridgerton House. But I'm sure there is still time to sway Miss Francesca.
The real Lady Whistledown would never make such an easy offer of assistance.
And also Lady Whistledown was saying about how good a match John and Francesca were, so why would she suddenly switch up to try and push, you know, the other one back into the picture?
I do not wish to see you in my court again.
Oh, that's all damage done now. Definitely don't think that turned out the way she was hoping to.
I forbid you from attempting to publish.
Printing an issue may be my only chance of winning back the Queen's favour.
If you publish and cement your reputation as Whistledown, no one will marry you.
I don't think anyone's gonna believe that she's Lady Whistledown because, number one, Penelope is gonna post that latest issue, and as everyone was saying, not that I want to doubt Cressida, but apparently she's not as smart as Lady Whistledown. I feel very bad saying that, but I don't really know the extent of their knowledge. But I think, as Eloise will say, there's going to be a vast difference between Cressida's paper and Lady Whistledown's paper.
We should talk about announcing your betrothal. As far as the Queen
In
is
fact, we have discussed this.
To be fair, what I picture them doing is having their own little private ceremony with just a couple people, close family. They don't want to make a big fiasco of it, of course. Probably no music. Walk down in silence. Stare at each other. Just don't say I do. They just know.
I realise I was not the Queen's first choice for your daughter.
We should like to start setting up a home together.
We think speaking to the Queen may be the wisest decision.
I think that's pretty wise. Get a move on then. I mean, isn't that kind of what Simon and Daphne did in season 1? Because she wasn't sure about them. She didn't believe them and they just spoke to her and everything was fine and dandy. So I don't see why I can't give it a go.
We would like you to speak to the Queen.
Oh?
That would go splendidly.
I am thinking yellow ribbons across all of the banisters, gilt flowers covering the carriage from the church to the reception.
Hopefully she's not talking about Penelope and Colin's wedding. Oh my god. At this rate, I'm starting to think that Lady Featherington has got an obsession with yellow, with how much she tried to make Penelope wear it. I think that is what's happening right now.
I did not get gilt flowers when I was wed.
That's because you were not marrying a man with unlimited funds.
Fair enough.
What are you doing up here? Reading old issues of Whistledown.
I'm still not feeling well.
Is this an avoidance tactic? Or did she really get pregnant after their first time? Because I called it. Imagine how unlucky you must be. Oh my god, poor Penelope. Or happy Penelope? Depends how you see it.
You have managed to capture the affections of a man of great name and means. You have the rest of your life to lie around and do nothing. Your duty is to make Mr. Bridgerton feel the most important person in the world.
It's like she almost gets there. She almost says the right thing. And then just as she's about to step through that door, she rips off the door handle somewhere else. She's almost there. And then she gets it completely wrong.
What about my dreams?
What dreams? Ladies do not have dreams. They have husbands.
Do you think that this is a big projection thing all along? Like what I was saying about the colour yellow, about making Penelope wear yellow. I think that's actually her favourite colour. What if this is the same case with her, Lady Featherington? She had dreamed, wanted to do certain things, but she couldn't, and then she was trapped in a marriage where she wasn't really happy. And then obviously towards the end, she didn't really care that her husband died. She was more just stressed about funds and stuff. It must be pretty sad. I suppose I can see in a way why she says certain things to her kids and why she wants them to do certain things, because she doesn't want them to go through the same thing she did. Possibly. Maybe. I don't know, I'm making this all up. Theorising is a better word.
And if you are lucky and you fulfill your role, sometimes what you wish for may come true.
That don't sound great.
And my greatest wish has always been for you three to do better than I did.
See? Projection. I knew it.
You're lucky, Penelope. Do not take that for granted.
Because she's actually got love. She's got a loving relationship that Lady Featherington never had.
I'm hosting a dinner party later this week for you and me and my dear friend Paul. Will you come?
Are my intentions towards you being peer-reviewed?
Sorry, Paul? Is this the Paul that we saw in the trailer that Lady Arnold was holding on to and walked off with, away from Benedict? That Paul?
I cannot even write a sentence this week. It is torture. What do you need to write? I'm writing a manuscript.
His stories, like the ones I said he was writing at the beginning of the book that Penelope thought were real. Those stories. I'm glad we're coming back to this because I feel like it's been a while since we spoke about this topic.
You at least have a direction for your life. Well, I am floating, purposeless, with no discernible path forward.
I hope in due time that Benedict can go back to his art, because I know it kind of, you know, it hit him hard when he found out that Anthony paid for his college entry, and I know it was kind of hard hit him because it made him aware of his privileges and his status. He lost a bit of hope in his skills and capabilities, but I think if he got back into that because he was good and loads of people complimented him on his talent, then I think that would be pretty swell.
I published the banns of marriage between Mr. Colin Bridgerton and Miss Penelope Featherington.
Yay!
If any of you know cause why these two persons should not be joined together, ye are to declare it.
Ye don't declare it, Eloise. Don't say nothing. I'm a little confused. Can't talk English. I'm a little confused because I thought all of this usually happens during a wedding, when they're at the altar about to say I do, and that's when they say like, speak now or forever hold your peace. But this is before they even get to the altar. Interesting.
Mr. Bridgerton and Miss Featherington shall be married here in 3 weeks' time.
That's so close.
And soon we shall officially be married. I know there is something you have been meaning to tell me.
Why does he keep bringing this up so much? He's like obsessed with it now. He didn't want to listen the first time. I mean, technically it wasn't his fault. But I don't know, he could have just said, wait a minute or something. But every time he keeps bringing it up, the more I'm just getting more and more scared.
In fact, there's something I've been meaning to tell you for a very long time.
She's gonna say I love you, isn't she?
That I have loved you since the moment we met. Even the years I pretended to be your friend, I was, but I loved you in secret.
Oh no, this is so sweet. Friends to Lovers has such a deep hidden place in my heart, and it just makes me love. At least now she can finally stop holding back this secret, because this is like half of her secrets in the past couple of seasons. So she's getting there. She's only got one more hidden that she needs to somehow tell Colin.
I will spend a lifetime begging your forgiveness for not seeing you sooner.
There is no need.
I didn't realise we were doing our vows now.
Colin, what are you doing?
I'm not dancing in a church, but we'll be married.
No, they are actually so cute.
I wondered if possibly you would like to join me. You do so enjoy words, reading at least, and perhaps you might like to help me write the column.
So, I mean, yeah, hurts, but in the end, they were kind of just using each other, weren't they? Because Eloise was using her to get over Penelope. She was not the greatest friend to Cressida at all. I mean, even to Penelope, we know this. And now Cressida's trying to use her back to write the column for her. It's just a mess.
Cressida, do you not remember what was written about me last year? What you wrote in Whistledown?
Oh, yeah. She doesn't know it's not actually Cressida.
I do not wish to be your collaborator.
Is this truly about Whistledown? It's no wonder Penelope abandoned you.
Oh, so now we're taking this route. I see how it is. No, fully. Cressida's the type of person that you've probably seen before where they give out a gift and as soon as you annoy them for some reason or they get upset, they're like, I want it back, it's mine, even though it's a gift. That is totally her. And now she's lashing out because she's upset. Only because she didn't get what she wanted.
All you ever do is talk. You are clearly just envious that I've made something of myself.
Perhaps I am envious of Whistledown. Congratulations on your hard-earned success.
See, it feels equally worse because Eloise knows that she isn't Whistledown, so she's trying to gloat and claim credit over it, and it ain't even her. I'm truly waiting for Eloise's arc. Hopefully we get it by the end of this season. I'm still waiting for it. Hopefully this is the beginning point.
It is said baby girls steal one's beauty. Can you not see it, Mama? They make such a charming couple, do they not?
They're probably going to both end up having girls, aren't they? It would be so ironic and so funny.
They wish for me to speak to the Queen on their behalf.
Do they still sit in prolonged silence?
Well, they do talk more now.
She may feel emboldened to oppose their match.
She's getting more and more stressed about going to speak to the Queen. I mean, as I said before, certain relationships aren't what everyone fancies, but that's fine because it's how certain relationships are, because that's just the way they like it. And I know that she wants the best for Francesca, but I think at this point, John is the best for Francesca, and that's what she wants.
Come here.
Dear. Is Francesca a bit sad that she's not being able to celebrate with her family? Is she hanging up the cake? Is she actually doing it? She's gonna burn them all. Oh. Alright, that's the portfolio gone.
Let us plan the greatest wedding Mayfair has ever seen.
That is music to my ears. Now, for the cake.
Them bonding. I never thought that I would see the day. I'm still a bit nervous about her intentions, like Lady Featherington's intentions, because she just kind of suddenly did a flip that after learning about the solicitor still poking his nose in. And I just don't think that she's doing this for the best intentions, and that she's trying to make sure that Penelope's with Colin as soon as possible so they have something to fall back on in case, you know, her sisters don't end up having an heir.
Miss Penelope! It has been too long.
I have not seen her in ages. I was actually about to ask where she's been. I thought she dipped out like Lord Debling did.
I'm letting Miss Cowper take credit for the column.
Penelope, that column's your life's work.
I found a love match, Genevieve. I did not wish to take that for granted.
See, I'm a bit 50-50 when it comes to this, because we've spoken about it before in my comments about how, yes, this is a business that she has worked up and she's worked very hard at, and she should be very proud of it. But also, Lady Whistledown has been used to do quite a bit of harm as well. So it's, yeah, as I said, 50-50. I'm unsure if I should encourage her to keep writing her columns, because I mean, hey, I support women's businesses, but also she didn't exactly use it for good a lot of the times. Like, she did sometimes use it for good, but not every single time. Like when Colin annoyed her and then she wrote about Colin the next day. It's like, it's not something that you can just write on a whim and publish it to everyone, because it can and has ruined lives. Just look at Marina. She's done it the same to Marina.
My favorite part about dressmaking is seeing the glow on a woman's face when she puts the dress on. I can't imagine ever giving that feeling up.
That's also something I question. Lady Whistledown is a massive part of Bridgerton, so by the end of the season, what's going to happen with Lady Whistledown? Depends on if she tells Colin she's Lady Whistledown or if she gives it up. By the end of this season, something about Lady Whistledown is going to be different in the next season, and I'm quite intrigued to see what happens.
£5,000 may not be much to live on, but as a dowry, it may be enough to help lure you a husband from the continent.
Lord Debling, he doesn't care about a dowry, didn't he? Where is he? Now is the perfect time for Lord Debling to sweep Cressida off of her feet. And even if Cressida doesn't really care about Debling, he's going to be gone majority of the time, so she can just chill out at home and do whatever she wants. Seriously, where is he?
We must get that reward. Read me what you have written.
Today I bring you much gossip from about the many land, near and far and wide.
Well, it's a start? I don't know, I feel like that was the beginning of the telling of Shrek or something.
So you are second son.
And try my best to fit the ne'er-do-well reputation.
Do you fill your time with any creative pursuits?
Who is this, Paul? Because all we know is that he's someone near and dear to Tilly, but we don't exactly know how or why. And this feels like an interrogation, but why?
Paul is a patron of the arts. He spends all of his time supporting the theatre.
I see. That's how Tilly and I met.
So if he's into the arts, right, brain's ticking now, then maybe he can get Benedict back into his art. Maybe this could be the link through. Be like, sorry, bye Tilly, but Paul is where it's at. Paul is the one that we want for Benedict.
A few more friends I should like you to meet.
He's getting the full front of her meddling now. Seemed quite interested in what she does last episode. Now he knows.
Her Majesty the Queen.
Ooh, her hair is fabulous.
Perhaps we should try to approach the Queen now.
She's trying to procrastinate as much as she can.
I do not wish to wait.
I know, but I do not wish to ruin things for you.
How would you ruin things? Do you not think our match would cheer her?
I'm really confused about her hesitation. Is it because, like what Lady Danbury said earlier, because Violet wanted someone to bring Francesca out of her shell, whatever that's supposed to mean, so she's a bit unsure about the match herself, and so the Queen might be unsure about giving them her blessing because she's unsure? To be fair, if anything, I think the Queen would more likely bless them for being how they are with each other because of how her relationship was like with George.
Not every attachment must be dramatic and hard fought. What John and I have is easy, and I love him.
Yeah, to be fair, this is probably the most laid back she's had to have been through all of her kids' relationships. So she's probably a bit nervous because she's like, how am I supposed to function if I'm not supposed to smooth everything out for them? Sort of like when you're always anxious and then there's a moment when you're not anxious and then you get anxious because you're like, oh, something bad's definitely gonna happen.
You are not the only one who cares for Lady Bridgerton.
Must you take everything from me?
Oh, is it finally happening?
Before I was to be married, I very nearly escaped to freedom. I heard him thank you.
Oh, so that is what happened.
Your charm may work on every widow in the ton, but I am unmoved.
I'd say I was kind of on par on my theories as to what happened between the two, but also kind of not. Yeah, judging by how I view Lady Danbury as a character, I don't think she'll end up forgiving him at any point soon. With how much she suffered and has told other people how much she struggled during that time and during her marriage. I mean, we literally saw her celebrate when Lord Danbury passed away. So, yeah.
Do not spend much time in society. Find the entire thing much too pretentious. Judgmental, really.
Oh, they're under the moonlight, away. Is Benedict gonna have his sights set somewhere else?
Can I ask you a personal question? You and Lady Arnold have quite a rapport. I'm surprised you two have never...
I know I said that I was quite slow on picking things up about other people, but even I'm picking up on this. Unless I'm reading it completely wrong, but even I'm picking up on something. But to be fair, when has Benedict ever been quite quick? No offence, Benedict.
Apparently, the wine has made me rather rude.
The wine has also made you rather charming.
Stop it.
I should go ensure Tilly has not worked herself up into a frenzy over dessert.
Right, another proposal has been added onto my list. Paul and Benedict. That might be a bit of a stretch. But considering I have considering I have Cressida and Lord Danbury, I don't think that's the biggest stretch. Okay, I definitely misread that.
Forgive us. We were just...
Talking about you.
Is this going to be an elite situation? They're all going to be in a relationship?
Would you perhaps like to join us upstairs?
So it is going to be an elite situation. Okay.
I've forgotten. I'm supposed to be somewhere.
Oh dear. He'll be running back in a minute. Oh god, what's going to happen? We're getting to the end of the episode, so something's going to hang on a cliffhanger.
Scandal writer for a daughter. Can you imagine?
The irony.
Shall I bring her to you, Your Majesty?
Let us squirm a little.
That big bow she's wearing on her back is kind of like a villain cape, isn't it? It's like a big warning sign, like, hello, I am not a nice person.
Shall we take our girls and go? I do wish to see what happens.
That would fully be me. I'll stay for the drama.
I've been editing my travel diary into a manuscript. I'm still removing some of the more personal passages.
That's what I so enjoyed about the part that I read.
Yeah, because Penelope's a little freak. Not in a bad way, I mean like in a good way. Weak nudge.
Perhaps I could edit them for you.
Oh, they could be like the writing editing couple.
It seems the Queen has summoned Miss Cowper. It may finally be time for Lady Whistledown to meet her consequences.
Stop saying stuff like that, oh my god.
Perhaps I should have clarified that I do not wish to see you in my court or out of it.
I simply wanted to give you a gift.
What gift is that gonna be? But aren't people gonna see that it looks and is different? That ain't gonna be completely different. Wait, I'm confused.
You may now know my name, but have no doubt I know you even better.
What was that? Was that a bruise? Or an infection? That was probably from Cressida's dad, wasn't it? Oh dear. Or did she write it? Was that supposed to be ink? I don't know. I'm confused.
Yours truly, Lady Whistledown. May we discuss?
I shall look forward to tomorrow's issue. I wish to see some gossip.
Surely the Queen ain't falling for it. That's literally only a tiny snippet out of a big column of Lady Whistledown. Surely she should know that she's bluffing.
He has somehow written something coherent. I put them all in danger again, just like last year.
That was my fault.
No, I was reckless.
Well, I'm not gonna be the one to say it, but yeah. I mean, she was getting threatened by the Queen, and well, quite a few threats, and Penelope kept saying to her not to do the things that she was doing because it was going to get worse. And she was very reckless. Maybe this is the turning point for Eloise. I'm hoping so.
As I have been now inviting that viper into my family's home, a viper who now has nearly as much power as the Queen. I never should have befriended her.
Yeah, it was a bit of a silly decision, but that's okay. Because I think you're still one of my favourite complex characters.
He'll be alright, because I'm going to publish again. With one issue, I can discredit Cressida.
I don't know, will she let her? Surely just this once, Eloise should be like, yes, publish. Say how Cressida is a fraud. I'd say that I'd feel a bit bad for discrediting Cressida and making her suffer, but I mean, she's making everyone else suffer, so I don't feel as bad.
The column began because I felt powerless. I was forced to debut a year early and I had no say in anything. Writing was the only way I felt I could have a voice.
I'm hoping Eloise is listening to this because I think this is the most open Penelope has ever been to Eloise. And I swear to God, if Eloise does not pay attention or twists this somehow, I'm going to be annoyed.
And I should have been using the column to give a voice to the other voiceless. Done plenty of damage with my pen. Let me use it now to do some good.
They're both learning. Yes. We've seen some progress. And progress that I want personally.
You must get a full issue out right away.
Run, Penelope.
You'll be paid handsomely for your rush service.
Anything for Lady Whistledown?
That is indeedy her.
Colin.
You are Lady Whistledown.
I knew something was coming. I should have known. I should have known. He looked at Penelope once she left the room. Obviously he'll go to see where she went because it's upsetting and Cressida is Cressida. And he'll check that she's okay. And she left the party. Of course Colin would follow her. Oh my god. I wanted this to happen after the wedding so there'd be less of a mess. So that was my reaction to, I believe it was episode 6 of Bridgerton. I'm not gonna lie, I'm fully sweating, my heart is pounding, and I am terrified for the next video. I can't believe it, because he's been saying so much more negative things about Lady Whistledown in this episode, and of course it's revealed to him by the end of this episode that Penelope is Lady Whistledown. Of course it was. Hopefully he'll wrap his brain around it and let Penelope explain, because that's the one thing Eloise didn't do. I mean, it's kind of understandable, you're annoyed, you're upset, you're betrayed, but I want Colin to give Penelope a chance to explain. But I don't know, it's the Bridgertons, they're very impulsive beings. So that is it from me today. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment below your opinions of this episode. Comment any theories as to what you think is going to happen in the next episode, and I will see you all in my next video.